Alright, let's look at the homework 7.3, problem number 3. Alright, so let's evaluate this integral. Alright, so we're going to use the trig substitution. We're going to let u be square root of 6 sine of theta. Alright, then we take the derivative of u with respect to theta. We get square root of 6 cosine of theta. Alright, then we can just multiply through by d theta. We get du is equal to square root of 6 cosine of theta d theta. Alright, so let's rewrite this integral. So we have an integral here. Alright, so du is square root of 6 cosine of theta d theta. I'll put it right at the end. Alright, u is square root of 6 sine of theta. Alright, then we have a square root of 6 minus 6 sine squared of theta. Alright, then we have, so this guy can be simplified as square root of 6. 1 minus sine is cosine squared with a square root, so it's going to be cosine of theta. Alright, so we can cancel square root of 6 cosine of theta and square root of 6 cosine of theta. Right? So we get, right? So number is 1 over square root of 6. That's just a constant. And then you have sine of theta on the bottom. So reciprocal of sine would be cosecant of theta with respect to theta, right? And then antiderivative of cosecant of theta is natural log of absolute value of cosecant of theta minus cotangent of theta, right? And plus some constant c, right? Then we need to find cosecant of theta and the cotangent of theta. Right, so from the substitution equation, I'm going to simply divide through by square root of 6. And then we get sine of theta is equal to u over square root of 6. Alright, then we can draw a right triangle. So here, draw a right triangle. Just a general right triangle. And we're going to set, put theta there. Alright, sine is opposite over hypotenuse. So you can take, we can put u for opposite. And hypotenuse is square root of 6. Right? Then adjacent would be square root of 6 squared would be 6 minus u squared. Alright, so if you want to find, say, cosecant, let's see, cosecant of theta is, this is actually easy because it's a reciprocal of sine, so it's a square root of 6 over u. Right? And if you want the cotangent, so cotangent of theta would be, alright, so tangent is opposite over adjacent, so it's going to be adjacent over opposite, right? So adjacent would be square root of 6 minus u squared, and over opposite is u. right? So put that in. So this is going to be 1 over square root of 6 natural log of absolute value of square root of 6 over u minus square root of 6 minus u squared over u plus some constant c. Right? So if let's see, I'm gonna leave it like that. Right? So that was the antiderivative we are looking for. Right? So let's type it in. Right? So we have 1 over square root of 6. Right? Then and the natural log. So we put natural log of absolute value of square root of 6 over u. So square root of 6 over u, right, minus square root of 6 minus u squared over u, right, plus some constant c. Right, so let's check the answer. Submit for testing. Alright, it came back and looks like we got this one correctly. Alright, that's it. I hope that this was clear.